Hi, I'm Brother Lazarus, and welcome to Cosmic Chat. Last time I said we would look at the concept of the Day of the Lord, which you have been led to think of as Judgment Day. The Old Testament prophets considered the Day of the Lord to be a big deal, but who pays attention to them? Well, we should if we want to make your future now. But before we get to them, we need to figure out what they meant when they mentioned the Day of the Lord. They were not preaching in a vacuum. They were speaking to a society that had its own rituals and customs, and it had a lot of different views on what those should be. Does this sound familiar? To the ancient Israelites, the Day of the Lord was a holiday. It was the biggest holiday of the year. It happened in the fall and was New Year's Day. On the Day of the Lord, everyone would go to the temple. There would be a huge procession around the temple. The coronation psalms would be sung. These are certain psalms, 47, 93, 96, 97, 98, and 99, if you want to look them up. They're about enthroning God as the King of Israel for the coming year. The whole day was the coronation of God as King for the next year. It was a renewal of the covenant between God and the people. So when the prophets mention the Day of the Lord, they are referring to a holiday that everybody knew about. It would be like us saying, on the day when the turkey gets carved and the pumpkin pie is eaten. We all know what we mean. The Day of the Lord, according to the prophets, is a day when the Lord comes and sets everything right. It is a day when justice is done and balance is restored. This is what a good king does. We are not aliens to this desire for justice. We've built an entire universe, several universes, of superheroes who fight crime and help the underdog. So, it is Judgment Day, but not in the twisted way we've been led to believe. It is the day when everything gets restored to the way that it should be. Now, obviously, some people really should be worried. But first, it isn't the people that everybody thinks should be worried who ought to be worried. It's the people who don't think they have anything to worry about who ought to be worried. I remember going to the Advent service when I was a student at Yale. Those of you from a liturgical tradition know that Advent is the season focused on Jesus' coming. It has a double meaning: preparation for Christmas as well as for the second coming. Well, several of us were sitting behind one of the deans, a notoriously spiteful and bigoted woman. Someone said something that made me respond, "The last thing some people want is for Jesus to show up right here, right now." I received a very hard glare. Well, you probably know people like that. Well, we will need to continue this in our next episode as we're out of time. See you then.